Hometowns are the place you come from, the place you might have been born, the place you might have been raised, and the place you'll eventually end up leaving when you turn 18. You thought I was going to say something different, didn't you? Well, I'm not, because this is a PG, family-friendly channel from now on. Thinking about it, as a kid, my hometown seemed so big and vast. But as I've grown older, I've sort of seen it more as a smaller and more petite place. Like my penis. Hey. And you may hate your hometown, and hey, that is understandable. Because if you grew up in a tiny town where there's only a couple thousand people and you know everyone around, it's very easy to quickly get sick of all these NPCs. Because that's essentially what a hometown is. A hometown is a starting point in a video game full of NPCs that are extra nice to you. Because guess what? You live in the suburbs, bro. You're from the burbs. You ain't no Ja Morant gun-wielding thug merchant, okay? You come from the burbs. Well, actually, Ja Morant did come from the burbs as well, didn't he? Because your ass live in the burbs. You come from the suburbs. You are from the suburbs, bro. You are from the suburbs. However, when I was 14, I was forced to move schools, like most people do. And my new school happened to be in the nearest city, which is about 200,000 people. Which for the UK is quite big. 200,000 people is quite a few people. Like, that may be a mid-sized Pennsylvanian settlement in America. But in the UK, that's basically a mega city. And even when you move to college or a new school in a city, there's still NPCs, best believe. Except these NPCs will try and stab you and steal all your stuff if you make eye contact. But sometimes the side quests that come out of these NPCs are just mwah, chef's kiss. Undeniably great. One time I was walking along a street in my new school, which was not my hometown, and this random crackhead, for lack of better words, came up to me. He picked me specifically out of the crowd to talk to. And he came up to me and he said, "I need you to help me find my brother." 100% true story, by the way. He needed me, a 15-year-old version of me, to help find his brother. Looking back now, I probably would have said no, but back then I was a kid. And this literally just seemed like a big video game to me. So I said, yeah, I will help you. And he said, okay, cool, can I borrow your phone to call up my brother? And at this point there was some alarm bells ringing in my mind, but because I was still a stupid, smooth-brained child, I decided to give him my phone to call up his brother. So I handed over the phone to this crackhead who looked like he hadn't taken a shower in 2 months, and he called up his phone. And no one picked up. Which makes me think that maybe that wasn't his brother, because best believe if I'm calling up my brother, 9 times out of 10 he's probably picking up. And after this he was like, ah, shit, my bad, mate, my bad. That's all my fault, that's on me. Can you help me look for him in the nearest area? Really? Really, mate? Really? You seriously think I'm that fucking stupid? Well, he's right, because I am. I helped him look for his brother. I wasn't that stupid, though. I realized if he tries to take me to an alleyway away from people, at that point, nah, I gotta get the fuck out of there. But I helped him walk around this specific area looking for his brother, and shocker, he did not find his fucking brother. Which was a very strange experience for me as a child. Honestly, I feel like I just lost 2 hours of my life doing that for no reason. I gained nothing out of it. I mean, to be honest, he was probably just trying to find a quiet place to rob me because, you know, children and that. Anyway, coming back to hometowns, when I moved out for college and then I had to come back for the holidays, it was a big shock for me as a person. And for you children that have not done it before, which I'm guessing is 99% of my audience, it will be a big shock for you too. It's single-handedly one of the most depressing things and satisfying things at the same time, because you know that you really enjoy the place as you've lived there for a lot of your life, but it's a bit shit. And when you come back to your hometown for the holidays, you will most certainly find the same 3 or 4 people that have been there since you were like 6. I'm talking about Miss Betty White at the corner store that has lived there since you were born. You've never ever seen her do anything else in that store besides selling vapes and vodka to underage teenagers. Or you could have that one guy that 100%, even though he denies it, peaked in high school and now he makes it everyone else's problem. Let's just call this guy Glenn. Glenn and me used to be buddies, okay? I know I don't seem it. I know I seem like a fucking incel on the internet, but I do like playing a bit of sport. And he also liked playing a bit of sport. He was probably better than me, but you know, if you both like playing sport, you'll probably get along. Anyway, I recently came back from college and I went to the pub, which is the UK version of a pub, with my mates who, you know, had also gone off to uni or college. And there we came across Glenn, who we invited over to sit at our table because, you know, we're good people, you know? Give to thy neighbor as you would want it given to you. Jesus said that. And oh my God, if I told you that I regret this, that would be an understatement. Because Glenn literally made the next 45 minutes all about him. Like everything he said. And it was just depressing shit as well. Essentially what happened to Glenn is that after school or high school, he had not continued at college, which is what me and all my mates did. What Glenn did was he took on a apprenticeship where he started learning how to plumbing, which I'm not knocking that, okay? That's a very reasonable livelihood, and if you want to do that, that's completely fine. College isn't all for you. But if you're gonna take that career path, you better not fucking complain to me for the next 45 minutes about how shit it is. I swear to God, bro. Glenn, I love you. Actually, I don't fucking love you. You're a bit of a prick. But just yapping to these people that were just trying to be nice to you is not... Don't do that. Don't do that. And this also brings me to another type of person that we can call Johnny. Actually, no. That has some other connotations. Let's just call him Grill. Let's call him Grill. Grill's a cool name. I don't know about y'all, but in my hometown, you could just basically go around just yelling slurs all the time. Not that I did that. I'm not racist. I don't say slurs. But you could if you wanted to. There's a lot of kids that did do this, including Grill, including Grill. This is just the type of person that never really just grew up, you know? Like, they're still in their hometown 2 years after high school, and they're still just the same person. Which, actually, I was about to say it's fine. It's not fucking fine. You have to grow up, mate. Bro's still going around eating his fucking Walmart meal deal, vaping, and yelling racial slurs at kids walking by. Like, these kids are seriously just doing the same stuff that we used to do when we were 12. Except they're like fucking 19 now, and it's a bit like... And if Grill's seeing this, stop saying slurs. I don't know. This also brings me on to my next point, which is what I like to call the circle of life. Look, that's a circle. You can see it's a circle. The circle of life is essentially the life cycle of a circle. The circle of life is essentially what happens when you go in a circle. I don't know. I'll explain it. Usually, what people do is they are born in their hometown. They are raised in their hometown. They learn to hate their hometown. So then they move to the city with all the other fucking 20-year-olds trying to make something out of their life. Then they realize the city isn't that great. They realize they don't want to get mugged every day or see a shooting 5 times a week. And so, after they've made a little bit of money, they then go find a quieter place to settle down, you know? But what they don't realize is that's exactly what their parents did. And their parents did that with their hometown. You see what I'm getting on here? I'm cooking here. And so it's essentially just a big circle. When those people have kids, their kids will grow to hate the hometown, and then their kids will move to the city, hate the city, and then find their new hometown. I'm cooking here, trust. I'm cooking here. I'm onto something. Hometowns. You may love them, you may hate them. I don't think they give a shit about you. I was not a big fan of my hometown, and yeah, that's that. Personally, I'm not a big fan of my hometown. That's why I decided to go to school in a bigger city. However, both a hometown and a city have their pros and their cons. Things you might like, things you might not like. But you gotta realize, bro, you just gotta do what feels right. Anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy, sorry about that one. I'll try and make the next one better. Best believe.